There is the feeling that something genuinely new and different will take place. It's new people. They dance and they joke and they flirt with girls. It is a sense of embeddedness in Cuban society.
For the rebel army, it all came as a surprise. We were euphoric on that day and felt the spiritual satisfaction of someone who has fulfilled his duty selflessly.
The first thing that people hoped for was honest, democratic government. And in my family, my uncles, my grandfather, everyone went out once the revolution came to power to pay their back taxes because now there was going to be an honest government in Cuba.
Dr. Castro, it is reported that you feel that your role in the revolution is about over and that you plan perhaps to return to civilian life. Is this true? And if not, how soon do you think it'll be before you can do that?
My obligation with the people, what I have to do now and in the future, is that what be good for my country. And if for my country it is necessary that I renounce to any position, I would gladly renounce to any position, because sincerely, I don't ambition power, money, nothing, only to serve my country.
Good.
In keeping with the manifesto of the Sierra Maestra, an interim government that included all opposition groups assumed power. Elections were scheduled to take place in 18 months. But real power resided with Fidel, at his old headquarters in the Sierra, at Celia Sanchez's apartment in El Vedado, at a beach house in Cojimar, where all major decisions were made. One of the first acts of the revolutionary government was retribution. In less than 3 months, more than 500 Batistianos were publicly tried and executed. When the international press called it a bloodbath, Castro, incensed, made his case on television.
The purpose of today's gathering is to show the whole world that all Cubans are united in the rebel victory and that all of them support the execution. When the young people would appear murdered in the streets with a top to their heads, when the yards of the barracks would be full of cadavers, when our women were violated, when the children were murdered, when the police hordes would go into the embassy to assassinate our people, no one made a campaign against Cuba.
An ominous new chant, Paredon, to the wall, was heard throughout Cuba. Fidel Castro's role as Cuba's leader became official on February 16th, the day he was appointed prime minister.
New York's Pennsylvania station rarely has seen anything like it. Only the magnetism of a Castro could produce it. For this is the spontaneous...
Prime Minister Fidel Castro arrived in New York in April 1959, part of a 15-day goodwill tour. He was young and idealistic, his appeal undiminished by the recent accusations of a bloodbath.
...are eager to see him, to touch him.
Fidel, will you say just a few words to New Yorkers who have seen you for the first time?
Well, I'm very glad to be here again because I fulfilled my promise of coming after the victorious revolution.
He's a movie star, the James Dean of international politics. He's viewed as a savior, leading a revolution to improve people's lives and to show that the people of Latin America can be in control of their own destiny.
Now, Dr. Castro,
however, there was some concern that he might be a communist. And so on Meet the Press, he is asked,
Senator Smathers of Florida says that you have many communists in your government. Is that so?
And because Senator Smathers said it ought to be true, I don't think that.
And then he's asked, well, what about your brother?
An American magazine published here this week says that your brother is a communist and his wife also.
And
do you believe
how
that?
U.S. is going to know that better than myself, that is my brother and my sister-in-law. I can't tell that they are not communist.
He denied, and he knew that this was not true. He denied the role that communists in his inner circle had played.
In Washington, U.S. officials stood ready to offer Castro economic aid.
Did you ask for any economic assistance?
Not. What happened is that here you in the United States are accustomed to see government coming for money. Not. I came for good relations, for good understanding, for good economical relations.